to rumble. Good evening, everyone, as we welcome you into North Central High School. A long day of Indiana High School girls basketball at the Paul Loggan Classic. Up next, it's the Cathedral Fighting Irish taking on the home team in the North Central Panthers. On the call for tonight, Jane Schott along with Kelsey Casper. And Jane, I know you've been here a little bit longer than I have. Just talk me through a little bit of how this talented group of teams has favored in this event.
We've seen 4 great basketball games, and yesterday all 3 were very competitive, and coming back for the next day, just as you expected. Avon was a little bit outmatched, but they really battled Valpo all the way down to the end. So that was a fun game to see. A lot of talent on the floor, and now you're going to get another opportunity to see some great talented basketball and some well-coached teams. Cathedral coming out with the win from yesterday. North Central not, so they're going to be hungry to get one on their home floor.
Exciting basketball action coming up. We'll get to starters in just a moment, but the Paul Loggan Classic right here on the ISC Sports Network is brought to you by LD Smith Plumbing, the big dogs of plumbing. The Paul Loggan Foundation, honoring Coach Logan's legacy and bringing our communities together. The Paul Loggan Foundation continues to give back to Washington Township by providing valuable resources to all athletic teams and is dedicated to supporting student athletes and enhancing athletic programs across the district. Be sure to attend the 5th annual Paul Loggan Invitational this winter on December 29th and 30th. The Paul Loggan Foundation, honoring Coach Logan's legacy and bringing our community together. Both teams lining up to tip things off for North Central. Their starting lineup: Nina Whitehead, Macy Lau, Layla Scott-Knox, Ari Harrington, and Mackenzie Rutland. And for the Cathedral Fighting Irish, Maddie Watko, Precious Anuka, Caroline Wiggins, Veronica Duringer, and Tatum Tricks.
One of the things that we expect from both these teams is pressure defense, so going to be a defensive battle. We'll see how they find a way to counter.
Cathedral in the blue, North Central in their home whites. It's the Irish who control the opening tip, nearly poked away.
You see Ari Harrington already getting out in the passing lane. North Central active defensively. Cathedral's going to have to handle this pressure, maybe utilize some back doors, and I think a big key is for them is Anuka. You can see her up there, Precious Anuka, kind of directing traffic for the Irish.
The Irish trying to get an open look.
Nothing yet.
And finally, there's a whistle. Foul called on North Central. It'll be Cathedral ball out of bounds.
They got Nina Whitehead down in the post. Triggs was posting her up, and Whitehead's got a little bit of a size difference, so she was trying to fight around to make sure the ball didn't come in easily.
On the inbound. Just missing.
Triggs was somebody that really got them off to a good start yesterday. Ended up with 4 of their first points.
And on Cathedral's opening possession, it's Triggs who takes it away.
She's had a nice tournament. Nice give and go. Aggressively kicks it out because she couldn't gather in the pass.
And the 3 no good, but Triggs grabs the offensive rebound.
She's everywhere right now.
At the top, it's Wiggins through the paint. Her shot too high. And ripping away the rebound is Rutland.
Both teams a little rough early on.
And it's back-to-back turnovers. Some bad passes from North Central early.
Yeah, trying to force some things that aren't there yet. And defensively, Cathedral did a nice job of getting back.
Neither team has been able to find the bottom of the basket in the early goings of this game.
Well, we talked about the defense, and it's been the star so far. Ooh.
And a travel called. So a couple turnovers on both sides to open up this game. Some good defensive pressure like you noted.
You can't make the passes easily, so you're going to have to penetrate to the basket. Cathedral picks up full court, but they're going to get Watko on a kick.
And Cathedral bringing the full court press here.
Little 1-2-1-1. They're going to look to trap when they can. It's like the trap spot's right past the half court, but Harrington able to get past it, and she's going to her left, and that's her strong hand.
North Central breaking the press and going straight to the rim. First bucket from Harrington. And it's the Panthers out in front. But at the top of the key, it's Maddie Wacko who drains the three.
Watko, terrific shooter from behind the arc, and they're not going to give her that much space if she continues to shoot like that.
Again, Harrington, but this time it's swatted away. Wiggins was able to corral it, but her foot on the baseline, so it'll be out of bounds Panthers ball.
Much better job that time defensively. Anytime you're pressing, once you get past that first line of defense, Harrington trying to drive hard to the basket, weak side defense came over and stopped her.
That is a deep three, way back, but it doesn't matter. Harrington with an early 5 points.
She is one of their most experienced players because she's been starting since she was young.
And that's going to be a foul on Mackenzie Rutland. (5-3), the Panthers lead early over Cathedral.
Rutland was big for them yesterday. She was able to score inside at will. They got a quick sub for Layla Scott-Knox. They brought in Raven Walls, a senior who's a good defender inside.
Baseline jumper, no. Rebound goes to Anuka. Little bit of a lane. Shot deflected, but it's going to stay with the Irish.
Already you see Walls' shot blocking ability. She came over and helped on that drive. Wiggins trying to go up against her, and she just tips it out of bounds.
Cathedral got the win over Avon, 53-43. The three in the corner off the rim. But brought back in, Cathedral with possession. And a foul against North Central.
I think they're going to get Walls on that one, going over top. Triggs had good position on the inside, so the only way to stop her on the putback was to go over top of her back.
So 3 early fouls for North Central.
Right now, defensively, North Central just keeping the ball out of the middle.
Quick turnaround jumpers, no good. But hustling and forcing the jump ball was Tatum Triggs, but it will be Panthers possession. North Central led by Fakara Hawkins in her first season. On this season, 4-8.
Now Cathedral switches it up to a little 2-2-1 full court press.
And that leaves an open look for Denia King. Offensive rebound. And Mackenzie Rutland's going to head to the free throw line.
Well, Mackenzie Rutland was somebody yesterday that just was very opportunistic. She scored the basketball in several ways. You see her there. She gets an offensive rebound opportunity, but she doesn't get to score unless she can hit it from the free throw line.
And she knocks down the first. 3 wins on the season for North Central. Come against Marion Park Tudor in Peru. But Rutland sinks both, and it's a 4-point lead for the Panthers.
Now the Panthers are going to pick up with a little 2-2-1 full court press. See if they can get some traps against Cathedral. Took away that return pass, but Cathedral did a nice job of breaking it all the way down, just didn't get the layup.
Great ball movement, but the putback from Caroline Wiggins. That was a beautiful press break from the Irish.
Yep. But they used it with the pass instead of the dribble. Now
and the takeaway. Maddie Wacko forces the turnover. Duringer from 3, in and out. And this one's going the other way. Foul's going to go against Tatum Triggs. Just the first for the Irish. Couple subs in for North Central.
North Central goes pretty deep into their bench. They sub pretty freely, especially second day Second game in 2 days. Keeping those legs fresh.
The three no good off of King.
Raven Walls with the great weak side position. She stands at about 6'2", and yesterday saw some really nice jump shots from her within the paint area. She's pretty efficient at that. She knows in breaking that press, freshman Janiyah King's going to go ahead and hoist up that shot. So as a post player, best thing you can do is get that weak side rebound position.
First free throw good.
See what we got going on here. Kind of a quiet gym. Maybe after 2 days, everybody is a little more subdued.
The finale here.
Yeah. This is game number 19 in 2 days for here at North Central between JV games and boys and girls varsity. It's been pretty impressive.
North Central trying to get past half court. We got one more coming up next. Hamilton Southeastern versus Decatur Central. And it's a takeaway.
Second takeaway for Watco on that return pass.
No call, but her teammate was there to put it in.
Yeah, Lloyd did a nice job of stripping that ball on the layup, but then Precious Anuka comes along and gets the offensive putback.
And a travel is going to be called on King. First 2 points for Precious Anuka, the lead scorer on this Cathedral Irish team, averaging 12.5 points per game.
She led them in scoring yesterday and did it in a variety of ways. She's somebody that didn't play her freshman and sophomore year because of injury. So this is, even though she's a senior guard, this is really just her second full season. So using every bit of opportunity to get some experience.
And she has possession here. Fires from three, no. Wall with the rebound. And nearly another takeaway for the Irish. North Central struggling a bit with their passing, as Cathedral's forced a couple turnovers. Checking in Kenley Schuler.
See what happens here. They're in their 1-2-2 half-court defense. How's North Central going to break it?
Opts for the jumper. That one off the hand of Haley Daniels.
That was a good pump fake, just one dribble pull-up. Don't drive into the defense, just take the easy shot.
10-7. The lead for North Central with under 2.5 to go in the first.
Well, one of the things you see is now North Central also going to a 1-2-2 half-court defense, so Irish have got to adjust.
Anuka in trouble on the baseline, gets it into Triggs, and her shot off the rim goes in.
That's the weak spot of the zone. If you can get it into the middle, you can either get an opportunity for yourself or you might be able to pass it back out. Anuka almost taking away that return pass. We've seen Watco do it twice. North Central's got to be a little more careful because Cathedral is jumping that passing lane. She picks up the foul that time, but almost had the steal.
One-point lead for the Panthers. Here's Loy. Moving it around, they get inside, but the double team collapsing on Schuler. And it's a jump ball heading Cathedral way.
That was a good, well-timed double team by Wiggins to tie up Schuler. North Central did a great job of reversing the ball that time, and they were going to get an easy basket if Wiggins didn't come down. Good move by Anuka. Great pass down inside. Thread the needle.
Great find.
Yep, easy way to break that press. Little bounce pass down to the block.
Wiggins puts it in. She's up to 4 points. North Central will have to throw it up. Here's Loy, opts for the pass, a little too high. Daniels recovers and drives. Poked back out to the Panthers. Loy, mid-range, no. And finally into the hands of Wiggins. Here comes Anuka, another dime down court. And Triggs is going to head to the free throw line.
Great transition basket opportunity. Even though Watko misses it, Anuka pushes it ahead and passed it to where she was going, not where she was, which made it so that all she had to do was catch. Went on the reversal, tough shot, misses it, but Triggs picks up the change so that she can get a free throw opportunity.
And she hits the first. Triggs with 3 points as nearly all players check out for North Central. They do. They completely switch, all 5. With under a minute to go in this first period. Triggs knocks them both down. 4 points for the 5'10" senior. We'll see how this new group handles the press. They get past half court.
A lot of pressure by the Irish. No easy uncontested shots.
They get it inside. Turnaround shot no good for Jackson. And Wiggins gets the board. Here comes Anuka with 30 seconds. Kicks it back out. She's got an open look for 3, and she hits.
Great find by Derringer to get her the basketball. Anuka knocks it down.
Just over 10 seconds left, and the answer on the other end. Corner 3 for Nina Whitehead.
The senior not going to go down quietly. Big shot for them.
And it's going to be a deep 3 right at the buzzer. Caroline Wiggins with some range, and it's a 19-13 lead for the Cathedral Irish early.
We saw like 3 threes in 25 seconds. All right, let's wait till the last 25 seconds to go ahead and start throwing shots in. That was impressive.
Slow start offensively, but it's Cathedral who comes out in front after the first. They lead 19-13 over the Panthers here on the ISC Sports Network.
McCulling in time. Oh, no! It's good.
This one is
God,
good.
there you
oh,
go.
Wow, Dawson makes a great catch.
Spin, win, 3, bury it for Leland Walker.
Tie the game they do with the dunk by Malik Edmonds. What a play.
Oh, my
goodness.
I feel a little momentum starting to fall Ellen's way.
That is
Oh!
Wrestler! Wrestler! Whoa!
Got the dunk, got the poster, and gets the highlights. Now he takes the look away, and he puts it away.
Back inside the North Central Fieldhouse for the Paul Logan Memorial Classic. It's the Cathedral Fighting Irish taking on the North Central Panthers, and after the first quarter, it is a 19-13 lead for Cathedral. Panthers start with possession. We saw several threes go down in the final seconds of the first quarter, and the Panthers start strong. Mackenzie Rutland puts it in for 2.
Rutland's so efficient down low. Uses her body extremely well to get position and go score. Just what North Central needed to make sure Cathedral doesn't pull away. Quick 6 points down the stretch.
Here's Anuka, fires and knocks down the 3.
Now they're feeling it from behind the arc. They're a 30% three-point shooting team, and Anuka is a 36% three-point shooter. Very efficient.
She has 7 points. Her teammate Wiggins also with 7. They have the takeaway here, and on the drive, Maddie Wacko for 2.
Well, one thing that Cathedral definitely feeds upon is your turnovers. So quick shots like that or turnovers are going to fuel their transition, especially with Precious Anuka, ball in her hand. She's pushing it up. They're going to look for easy opportunities.
And their ball pressure has been great in the early goings of this matchup.
North Central back to their 2-2-1 full court press on the dead ball. See if Cathedral can, they're doing a good job of reversing the basketball, trying to get it to the middle, but Macy Loy that time foiled it. She passes it ahead, and a good idea, but a little bit too far.
But it will stay.
Yeah,
It'll stay with North Central. Kind of pans out there.
Fortunately, Nina Whitehead was able to save it and throw it off of Maddie Watkins' feet. Maddie Watko, excuse me.
They feed inside off the front of the rim. It was Rutland. She grabs her own rebound. Her second chance, no. But the Panthers get another opportunity. Harrington had 5 points early in that first quarter. Loy on the drive. The handoff. This time, Rutland able to put it through.
Good pass by Loy. A little post-to-post passing for the easy shot for Rutland.
And I'm not sure what was called on the court.
I think there was a stoppage of play, maybe with something with the North Central bench. One of the officials made an instruction to that, so hard for us to tell from way up here. We're kind of perched up high. Don't know exactly what's going on.
But it will stay in Cathedral ball. On the side, out of bounds. 24 points for the Irish.
North Central staying in their man-to-man in the half court.
Triggs able to get it to Anuka. She drives, stop and pop, no.
Good rebound by Walls for North Central.
Loy gets it to Wall. Doesn't hit much.
Kind of rushed her shot on that one. I don't think she was expecting it to come right back. Sometimes throwing it to a post player in transition before they get set is a little dangerous.
Had some time to think about that three and still able to knock it down.
Precious Anuka, her third three of the half. She is definitely
reaching.
She's definitely got the hot hand for the Irish early. They need to get her, continue to get her the basketball, playing with a lot of confidence right now.
Only player in double digits as it's a 10-point lead for the Fighting Irish over the home team, North Central. Triggs will take a seat, takes a high five from her head coach, Lisa Finn. Off the inbound, open in the corner. Whitehead, that's her second three.
Nina Whitehead, a terrific shooter from behind the arc, and she just kind of spotted up back on the weak side, baseline, waiting for the ball to be delivered.
And cuts into that Cathedral lead.
Cathedral looking at that high post. They were so effective with that yesterday, setting screens and popping open to that high post and able to score, even though that time they didn't get it to go down by Babington.
Rutland takes a dribble, and her shot falls.
Mackenzie Rutland picking up where she left off yesterday, and right now Cathedral's going to have another answer for Rutland. She's scoring it at ease down low.
8 points for the 5'9" junior, Mackenzie Rutland. And quickly, a Cathedral 10-point lead has turned to just 5.
Well, 2-3 matchup zone.
And North Central gets a turnover. And a foul. Heading to the free throw line, Layla Scott Knox. Shoot two.
Well, it was a good steal. North Central playing a little 2-3 zone, but it wasn't a zone where they sit back. They were actually coming out, doing a good job of pressuring. It's like maybe they got a sub in for Rutland. Maybe she's got some blood on her jersey or something that she's going to go back to the trainer to try to get that taken care of. Get her back in the game. Don't want to leave her out too long.
Well, tonight's game is sponsored by Shields Assigning Services. Chris Shields, one of Indiana's top officials, and is responsible for the assignment of officials for many major events, including the Paul Loggan Memorial Classic. Want to become an IHSAA official? We need you. Scan the QR code on your screen now to find out how easy and rewarding it can be. And a technical foul.
Well, what happened was Wiggins goes down, and I can't exactly tell what happened for sure, but after the free throw, Macy Loy pushes her, and their feet get tangled up, and Loy is trying to pull her leg out. So this is, we're going to get, unfortunately, a fan. He's just going to leave. He's not even going to wait on the police to come. I think they called the technical.
I believe it was on both players.
Yeah.
They called one.
Yeah, which if you watch the replay now, of course, no fan has the opportunity to see the replay, so all they see is maybe what they think they saw. But the official, I think, gets this one right. Loy pushes her down. Wiggins a little frustrated, holds her legs between her legs and didn't let her go. So I think that might have been the right call.
So 2 technical fouls issued. It's a 3-point game. North Central trying to get their players fired up over this.
North Central looks like they're going to be in a little, maybe a one. We'll see what they play here.
Officials still talking with both head coaches, Lisa Finn and Fakira Hawkins.
Little, looks like they're back in their 2-3 matchup. They'll bring that bottom wing way up, but then drop her back down once the ball goes back and forth. Just trying to put pressure on the ball handlers, cover up passing lanes. That time you saw North Central almost got the return pass.
They get inside in the paint. The jumper, it goes. Taylor Babington with her first points.
Great job by by Cathedral to break that zone down, and now North Central throws it out of bounds, so a little bit of a momentum shift.
Here come the Irish. Inbound underneath their own basket. 3:25 left to play in the half.
Pressure getting ratcheted up.
From the corner, the shot from 3, no good. Walls pulls down the rebound.
Jaslyn Young just coming in off the bench. That design play was to get her the 3. She just didn't get it to go down.
Whitehead's 3 way off the mark. She hit 2 in that exact same spot, but the third does not fall.
3 minutes to go. This is kind of a critical time period for both squads right before the half.
Waco trying to get out of that full court press, and they do. So they got an open look underneath the basket, but they can't capitalize.
Raven Walls is the shot blocker that plugs it up down low.
Deep 3, too strong. Walls, offensive rebound. Anuka comes away with it. Off 1 foot, off the mark, but it's gonna stay Fighting Irish ball.
Well, she's had the hot hand, so a little bit of a heat check to see if she could get that one to drop. No rebounders, though. Sometimes you let that hot hand take that liberty to go ahead and knock that shot down.
(29-24), the Cathedral lead with 2:30 left to play.
Well, you can hear just both teams on the floor have ratcheted up their intensity right now.
Crowded in the paint, doesn't matter. Bucket in the foul for Precious Anuka.
Well, she has been their offense. Little post-up move, spins to her strong hand to the right. A little bit of contact, and she finishes through contact. Good job by Precious Anuka.
And it's a 3-point play.
The old-fashioned way. She's already had 3 threes. The easy way from behind the arc, what I would call easy. I know they're not easy because they're tough shots, but easier than finishing through contact and hitting the free throw. Great job by Anuka.
She's up to 14 points. She averages 12.5 per game. It's not even halftime.
That was a well-timed double teamed by Young coming over on Rutland. Rutland loses it out of bounds, and she was looking for a foul, but honestly, Young came over with hands straight up high. There's maybe a little contact, but nothing to warrant a foul. Good kick out.
The three.
Yep.
Yes.
That's excellent basketball. Rutland getting double teamed down low, kicks it to Ari Harrington. Harrington, a proficient shooter from the outside.
8 points for Ari Harrington. And it's a 5-point game with under 2 to go in the first half.
North Central back to their man-to-man, it looks like. Just mixing it up, trying to make it so that Cathedral has to decide what they're going to do on offense.
Leah Brand hands it off in the corner. The answer on the other end, off the hand of Maddie Wacko.
Wacko went to the baseline and nobody went with her, let her go outside by herself. Not a good idea. Good pass.
Good feed underneath. That's 2 for Schuler.
Schuler, the recipient of a nice Ari Harrington drive and dish down low. Right now, both teams kind of trading baskets as we get down to the end of the half.
Final minute in the second quarter. Cathedral's hit 6 threes in this first half. But losing the ball, last touch by North Central.
Right in front of the official, Schuler must have hit it. Good defense by Schuler, though, to not give up the layup.
On the inbound, poked away. Cathedral recovered. Step back 3 from Anuka, no. Babington had it. But it's North Central battling for it, and it's going to be Panthers ball.
A little bit of a heat check for Anuka. You mentioned she'd hit 3 threes already. That step back, a little tougher shot for her to knock down. Almost went down, just popped out.
Maddie Lloyd will check back in for Haley Howard. 40 seconds.
Still the 2-2-1, looking to press. Nice middle pass.
Off the front of the rim, but Lloyd's there.
Harrington might have been just a little bit out of her range. That shot was short, but right on.
And Lloyd's gonna head to the free throw line.
I see Lloyd doing a good job of pursuing that offensive rebound, and really the only way to prevent the layup was to foul her. So they're gonna get Babington for that foul.
Both teams have been solid from the free throw line. Lloyd trying to make this a 2-possession game. Off the back of the rim, Rutland with the rebound, no. Cathedral saves it. But now North Central back in possession with 20 seconds left to play. North Central getting the offensive rebound off the missed free throw. And they can get the final possession here. Walls too strong. Gives Cathedral a lot of time, but a foul's going to be called on Rutland.
And that's going to be not just the third team foul, so still Cathedral ball, but now they've got enough time to go down and get the last shot of the quarter. Maybe a little bit soon on that jump shot from North Central. You want to try to take the last shot so you don't give your opposition the last opportunity to score.
That foul was on Whitehead. 7 seconds to play. Here comes Anuka charging down court. It'll stay Cathedral ball with 0.2 seconds.
The only thing they can do is tip this in.
Wacko tried to put it in, but that is how the first half will end. A back and forth high offense first half from these two teams, but it's Cathedral with the 35-30 lead over North Central at the halftime break. Well, when we come back, we'll take a look at some highlights and some stats from both sides right here on the ISC Sports Network.
McCombing in time. Oh, no! It's good.
This one is caught.
There you
oh,
go.
Wow, Dawson makes a great catch.
Spin, win, 3, bury it for Leland Walker.
Tie the game they do with the dunk by Malik Edmonds. What a play.
Oh my goodness.
I feel a little momentum starting to fall Ellen's way.
That interference! Wrestler! Wrestler! Whoa!
Got it. Warren wins it. Got fouled, got the dunk, got the poster, and gets the highlights. Now he takes the look away, and he puts it away. And little volley, oh my goodness, what a touch for the goal. Jumped though by Lawrence Bard, and they'll score on it. Oh my goodness.
Back here at the North Central Fieldhouse for the Paul Logan Memorial Classic, I'm Kelsey Casper alongside Jane Schott here for one of the final games of a very long weekend of Indiana High School basketball. Right here at the halftime break, it is Cathedral with a 35-30 lead over North Central at the break. And Jane, we saw some good offense from both sides. Both teams knocking down some big shots, but also some good defensive pressure. It's a tight game.
Yeah, the defense really started out the game because both teams were struggling to score early on, but once they got their offensive rhythm and got it going, both teams had some offensive players shine. I loved how Precious Anuka really stepped up for Cathedral, knocking down some big shots. And Mackenzie Rutland has been just an inside force for the North Central Panthers. So both sides have a couple players shining, but the defense has been the star so far, and it's going to continue to be just because I know how these coaches coach.
Well, let's go ahead and take a look at some of the action from the first half. You mentioned Precious Anuka. She's leading the way with 14 points, but starting things off, it was North Central who got out to a good jump. You see Harrington there, but then the threes just started falling. I think we saw, what, 3 straight in the last 30 seconds of the first quarter?
Yeah, it was quick. You see the 3 from Watco. Harrington responds. Anuka, she's been their leading scorer, doing it from behind the arc, but she's also passing up some great dimes to break that pressure. There's one of the Anuka's threes, and then response from Whitehead. Everybody, the ball just keeps flying in for everybody to get it going. It's just been back and forth, but not because of bad defense, just some players making plays. There's Anuka with another one of her, 2 of her 3 threes, and then you see Maddie Watkins getting to the rim off of breaking the press. Mackenzie Rutland's been a force inside. They have not had an answer for her, and there's another jumper, the 3rd 3 by Precious Anuka. She's been finding it. Whitehead gets another one to go down. She's got a couple herself.
There's the move from Rutland. She's up to 8 points. You mentioned Whitehead, 6 points with those 2 threes. Precious Anuka, the lead scorer with 14 points. Maddie Wacko adds 8, and Caroline Wiggins with 7. So those are some of the stats from the first half between these two teams. It's already been a good one so far. Well, let's see what is in store for the second half. Cathedral leading North Central 35-30 at the halftime break at the Paul Logan Memorial Classic right here on the ISC Sports Network.
McCombing in time. Oh, no! It's good.
This one is caught.
There you
oh,
go.
Wow, Dawson makes a great catch.
Spin, win, 3, bury it for Leland Walker.
tie the game they do with the dunk by Malik Edmonds. What a play.
Oh my goodness.
I feel a little momentum starting to fall Ellen's way.
Wrestler! Wrestler! Whoa!
Warren wins it. Got fouled, got the dunk, got the poster, and gets the highlights. Now he takes the look away, and he puts it away. And little volley, oh my goodness, what a touch for the goal. Jumped though by Lawrence North, and they'll score on it. My goodness, give it to him.
Rolls through the lane and he knocks him.
Oh my goodness.
Back here for some more Indiana high school hoops. Kelsey Casper and Jane Schott with you at the halftime break. It's a 35-30 lead for the Cathedral Fighting Irish over the North Central Panthers. We got one more game on the docket for tonight. Coming up next at 6:45, Hamilton Southeastern will face off against Decatur Central. Earlier, Valpo got the win over Avon as well. Both of these teams playing yesterday. It has been a long weekend of Indiana high school basketball right here in this field house. Yesterday, North Central lost to Decatur Central. Cathedral, though, beating Avon 53-43. They've been on a 7-game winning streak, and now they lead at halftime. Precious Anuka leading the way with 14 points. What's impressed you the most about her game so far?
Well, I think she just she's starting to feel comfortable offensively, and I feel like she's running the show very well. She's passing when she needs to pass. We've talked about some of those really nice transition baskets she's been able to orchestrate with her passing up the court, but I also like that she's looking for her own shot, not in a forcing way, but when she has that opportunity. And, you know, Lisa Finn has talked about this team. They had a couple of losses early that were probably good for them in terms of some learning experiences, and they've been on a roll because they're getting balanced scoring, but I really think the biggest key is that Anuka's leading her team and kind of leading that scoring opportunities that makes it easier for everybody else to pick up some baskets as well.
Yeah, Lisa Finn's group started the year going 2-4. They have now won 7 straight and looking for their 8th here tonight over North Central. Only 4 wins on the Panther schedule, but this is still a talented team. Mackenzie Rutland was great in that first half with 8 points, but yesterday she had 25 points, 18 in the second half, and she knocked 2 of 3 down behind the three-point line. You said it. They really haven't had an answer for her inside.
And I think North Central can go to her a little bit more here in the second half because she's been a proven scorer for them, and they got to find her way to get the ball. When you look at Cathedral's roster, Triggs is good size, but they don't have a big true post player. Because of that, Rutland can get down inside and really make her way. So we'll see what North Central, what adjustments both teams make, but I'd like to see her get the ball in her hands in good spots.
Well, we got just about 1 more minute until we tip things off in the second half. Both teams warming up. Officials back out onto the court. And the Paul Logan Memorial Classic is brought to you by the Paul Logan Foundation. The Paul Logan Foundation continues to give back to Washington Township by providing valuable resources to all athletic teams and is dedicated to supporting student athletes and enhancing all athletic opportunities across the district. Be sure to attend the 5th annual Paul Logan Invitational this winter on December 29th and 30th. The Paul Logan Foundation honoring Coach Logan's legacy and bringing our community together.
Paul Logan was one of those just mainstay ADs, not just here in central Indiana, but all throughout the state. And I just love that they have this tournament to honor him. He was always what's best for kids. What can we do for kids? And a longtime football coach as well as a longtime AD. So it's just kind of fun to be able to be a part of this tournament as I mentioned, this is the 19th of 20 games that they run in 2 days. The boys played this last night, 3 games last night, 3 games this morning. The girls started it out yesterday morning, and then they had JV in the back gym, so everybody got a chance to play. It's just a great opportunity.
A great event honoring one of the greats, and we have a great game brewing here, the North Central Fieldhouse. 5-point lead for Cathedral. They start with the opening possession. An open look from 3 off the front of the rim. That one off the hand of Veronica Duringer. Now, Cathedral did hit 6 threes in that first half. They were draining from behind the arc. That fueled their 35-point first half.
That's a great first half, and I love that they're going to Rutland right away. She missed that shot, but Loy picks up the change.
Good turnaround put back for Macy Loy. 3-point game.
You see that man-to-man. Rutland's just going to keep plugging up the middle and everybody else pressuring outside. Cathedral being pretty patient right now. They're looking for the shot that they want. I think Anuka's going to get a little bit more attention here in the second half.
Well, that's how they opened up the game. They had some lengthy possessions, not being able to find the shot they wanted. Here's Watko on the baseline, kicks it back out. Wiggins thought about the 3, opts for the drive, and she puts it in.
Great drive by Caroline Wiggins to put it on the ground as defender flew out at her. A little bit of a force from Macy Loy, too much for Layla Scott Knox to hold on to.
It's an early takeaway for Cathedral. They forced a lot of turnovers in that first quarter as Anuka finds her first bucket of the second half.
Picks up where she left off. She's looking confident, get the ball in the shot shooter's hands.
Whitehead gets it past half court, down low on the block, deflected, but it doesn't matter. A foul and a bucket for Layla Scott Knox.
Layla Scott Knox got down low. She's way outsized because she's a little shorter down underneath it. She's somebody, though, that's very strong. She pump faked, shot through the contact, and if I'm not mistaken, I think it was Triggs. Yes, it was Triggs. She had her in a good spot, but then at the very last minute, angled her hands to try to block it. Just should have stayed straight up and let her have the layup, but now she gets the and one.
My count is right. That is 3 fouls on Triggs. Bad pass, but Watko recovers. Wiggins down low. Can't hit off the glass, and it's a jump ball. And it'll be North Central ball.
Faded away just a little bit, just enough to make her miss that shot instead of going into the defender and creating that contact that would have probably got her to the free throw line.
They break the press and an easy lane to the basket. No foul call, lots of contact as Hallie Daniels hits the ground. It'll stay with the Panthers.
Good attack by Daniels. Evidently the official thought that there was clean up top, who knows? Daniels goes to the ground, but it could have just been from the force of blocking the ball.
Loy wide open off the front of the rim. And it will be Cathedral ball.
Takara Malone urging her team to stay with it. They've done a nice job of cutting into this lead just a little bit, but can't relax. Gotta keep pushing to make up that 5-point deficit.
Good defense, the trap. And they're gonna say jump ball. It'll stay with Cathedral, but good defense and pressure from North Central.
Well, the combo guard of Whitehead and Scott Knox are very aggressive up top. Can make it really hard. They're trying to slow Precious Anuka down. You can see Caroline Wiggins setting screens up top. Going to get a moving screen that time. That's partly, it's one of those where got to get set and let your teammate run off, and maybe Watko left a little bit early.
So it will be North Central ball.
Cathedral still in their press, full court. They backed it up just a little bit, but still a 2-2-1 looking to trap. Good pass.
Loy can't finish off of a great feed.
Now Daniels rose the baseline and drew the help side defense, so popped it to Loy. Sometimes those are the hardest shots to make, right in front of the rim. Didn't use the glass, and it just pops out. Good break of the press. Going to get kick out to Derringer.
And the look from three. It's good for Maddie Watko.
Sometimes that trail three is the easiest one. You just kind of roll right into it. Get you good rhythm, and she knocks it down.
3 threes for Watko. That matches Anuka. Daniels pulls up from the free throw line and knocks it down.
That's a good looking shot by Daniels, Hallie Daniels, just a sophomore.
Cathedral quickly breaks the press. Wiggins in the corner, gets it inside, Watko. Here's Anuka.
They're just trying to trap up, see if they can get an easy double team.
The baseline drive, no foul called. That was Watko heading to the rim.
I will say the officials are letting him play a little bit on both ends. That kind of body contact draws the foul, but
that one's going to go against Taylor Babington. And heading to the free throw line is Scott Knox. And she misses the first. Walls checks back in.
they've kept it close, but it's been kind of back and forth, so North Central's not been able to dip into this lead much at all.
She hits the second. 42-38. 4-point lead for Cathedral, with 3:32 left to play in the third.
Now North Central's going to pick up a little 2-2-1 full court press.
Wiggins gives off the extra pass off the glass. It's good for Babington.
Nice weak side pass to get an easy bucket. Easy way to get somebody out of a press is break it, just like that.
Harrington in the double team, but last touch by Cathedral.
See if they stick in their zone press right now, but didn't get to Whitehead in time. She knocked down a big three.
Nina Whitehead, the one dribble into a long three. That's her third of the afternoon. 3-point game. The foul's going to be called on Harrington.
One thing for sure, if Cathedral is going to play that zone in the half court, you got to know where Whitehead is. She has got the hot hand for the Panthers today.
She's up to 9 points today. She had 13 yesterday. She knocked down 2 of 5 from behind the 3-point line in their loss to Decatur Central.
Cathedral running their man offense. Ooh.
He said that was deflected.
Tipped it, yeah.
So no travel on Precious Anuka. Instead, she'll drive, hangs on the rim, but rolls out.
Didn't have a great angle for that baseline drive. Good pass.
And Walls finishes.
Raven Walls had a nice seal down low. Whitehead just drops it off to her for the easy two.
Good run from North Central. It's a 1-point game.
Right now, North Central's doing a pretty good job of just closing off lanes.
Barrington shot off the mark.
Cathedral's gone cold.
Harrington on the drive. Too strong. Anuka grabs the rebound. Wako all the way. The whistle. We'll wait to hear the call.
They're going to get it on Rutland for coming down on Wiggins. Wiggins was trying to post up in transition.
Let's take a look.
And Rutland just takes her down to try to get to Watko, who was driving.
So a couple subs for the Panthers.
I thought this was going to be the most evenly matched game of the day, and it's living up to it so far.
Good feed, the back door, blocked but foul.
Raven Walls came from the weak side, but just a little bit late, so when she went up to block it, her follow-through does get Maddie Watko. Great backdoor cut and pass. You can see she gets her right there on the arm.
In and out, the first free throw for Maddie Watko. 8 points in the first half. She had another 3 in this third quarter. 3 threes for the 5'9" sophomore.
Watko just a 50% free throw shooter, but gets that. Well, she met her average, 1 or 2.
Right on par for the sophomore. And it's a 2-point lead for Cathedral. And they'll get the ball back.
Whitehead a little frustrated with that. Maybe thought she got fouled. Ball just goes out of bounds. Cara Malone just kind of coaching her team through it, saying you got to play through it. You do. You know, one thing you can't do is control what officials call, so all you control is your effort, and she gets right back on defense. 2-3 zone for the Panthers this time down. Got to know where Watko, or not only Watko, but Anuka is. They're picking up out top, even though it's a zone.
Duringer gets an open look from the corner. Wiggins offensive rebound and the foul.
Toughest thing to do in a zone is just box out of it, especially off a long shot. You got to find somebody, and you don't have one person assigned to you like you do in man-to-man. So Wiggins takes advantage of that miss, goes up strong. Walls picks up another foul.
3-point play for the 6-foot sophomore. And now it's a 5-point lead for Cathedral with under a minute to go. And a timeout going to be called by North Central.
That's a good timeout. They were dribbling kind of into that trap. It's critical time with about a minute to go in the third quarter. Got to get a score and a stop, kind of stop the bleeding.
Well, the Paul Logan Classic is brought to you by Shields Assigning Services. Chris Shields, one of Indiana's top officials, is responsible for the assignment of officials for major events, including the Paul Logan Memorial Classic. Want to become an IHSAA official? We need you. Scan the QR code on your screen now to find out how easy and rewarding it can be. Plus, your first-year license is free.
It is true. We need officials. We need officials.
48-43, tight game with 51 seconds to play in the third quarter. North Central with possession here. Cara Hawkins wisely using a timeout. Walls kicks out right at the top of the key. Harrington had the open look. Offensive rebound, another try. Loy, no. And a travel's going to be called.
Good effort all around by North Central making that happen. I like the kick out to Harrington. She just rushed it a little bit. Maybe she wasn't, her feet didn't quite get set. So it looked like she kind of short-armed that ball just a little bit.
Rutland's going to check back in. Walls is going to sit down with 3 fouls.
Yeah, you got to get Mackenzie Rutland on the floor for her scoring.
And they give it right to her. Turns around and puts it in.
She just is so calm inside, makes good footwork moves, easily puts that basket in.
Less than 30 seconds to play, 3-point game.
North Central still in the 2-3. Got a matchup out of it, got a rebound out of it. And moving the ball, looking for that last shot, doing a good job.
Turning around off the front of the rim. Wiggins gets the offensive rebound, 5 seconds, and she turns it over. Up ahead, Harrington, 1 second left, did not get it off in time. Good final defensive possession from North Central. They get it all the way back to a 1-possession game. But heading into the fourth quarter, final 8 minutes, it's Cathedral on top, 48-45, right here on the ISC Sports Network.
McCulling in time. Oh, no! It's good.
This one is good.
There you
oh,
go.
Wow, Dawson makes a great catch.
Spin, win, 3, bury it for Leland Walker.
Tie the game they do with the dunk by Malik Edmonds. What a play.
Oh, my goodness.
I feel a little momentum starting to fall Ellen's way.
Wrestler! Wrestler! Whoa!
Got the dunk, got the poster, and gets the highlights. Now he takes the look away, and he puts it away.
8 minutes left to play, and a great matchup we have at the Paul Logan Memorial Classic. North Central only trailing by 3 to Cathedral as the Irish have the 48-45 advantage. Cathedral has led ever since midway through the first quarter. Triggs gets the rebound here.
They come out in a zone. Maybe North Central is a little bit surprised by it. Quick shot, and it's a miss.
Precious Anuka has been the scorer today for Cathedral. Wako on the drive, left it short, last touched by Triggs. It will be North Central ball.
I thought that North Central's defense did a better job on Anuka in the third quarter. Remember, she went off in that first half, but I think only had 1 field goal. But they were able to get a little bit of scoring from Caroline Wiggins and Maddie Watko to pick up the slack.
Full court press, and Anuka takes it away. Good help from Wako, and the team can't finish at the rim. Anuka, no. Jump ball.
Good board work by the Irish. Couldn't get it to go down, but able to get a jump ball so they get another opportunity here.
Daniels checks in. Harrington takes a seat.
Good defense by the Panthers. Didn't get what they wanted out of it. Cathedral had to just pop it in easy.
Anuka driving, puts it in.
Good drive, absorbed the contact, finished at the rim. We've seen her score in a variety of ways today.
Pass deflected, and Wako came up with it.
Wiggins looking for Anuka, knowing she has the hot hand. She skips it to her, almost a steal, but able to gather it in. Turnovers have plagued the Panthers today. Just Cathedral's press is just warmed down, and they don't always get the steal, but they make it so that it's always a possibility.
Wako on the drive. No. Loy on the other end, puts it in.
Good run out. Nice on point pass in transition.
3-point game again. North Central doing a great job keeping this game in reach.
I like to go to that high post and play out of that, but Wiggins just got a little careless with the basketball. Loy picks it up.
All the way up ahead, Whitehead for 2. It's a 1-point game.
2 transition passes quickly. Loy was the recipient last time. This time she gives it up to her running mate, Nina Whitehead. Great job by both to get easy baskets.
And timeout called by Cathedral.
I think that's a good timeout. Lisa Finn just trying to settle her team down a little bit. Looked like they were going to kind of push out that lead a little bit, looking good, but all of a sudden, North Central responds. That's been this game, Kelsey. It's been back and forth. Every time one starts to get ahead of the other, they find a way to find the basket.
Well, like I said, it was North Central who jumped out to a great start in the first quarter, but ever since Cathedral grabbed the lead, it's been the Fighting Irish ever since out in front. But the Panthers have kept it close. 1 point lead for Cathedral, but a couple turnovers on their last 2 possessions, and the Panthers have capitalized.
Yeah, and they were turnovers that you know, sometimes when you get to the second day, 2 games in 2 days, a little bit tired, sometimes fatigued. This is when you got to mentally stay sharp, and they just, I think Cathedral let down a little bit, got a little careless with the ball, and North Central takes advantage of it.
Precious Anuka up to 18 points in this game to lead all scorers. Nina Whitehead in double digits for North Central with 11. Mackenzie Rutland adds 10 for the Panthers. Cathedral starts with the ball.
You see Whitehead giving Anuka a lot more pressure here in the second half. Slowed her down, made it more difficult for her to score.
Only 4 points for the senior here in the second half so far.
I think Cathedral's just gonna, they're not stalling by any stretch, but they're being a little more selective, and that's probably a pass that Lisa Finn would like her Carolyn Wiggins to hold on to. Or sophomore tried to get it on a lob pass. That was gonna be a tough catch for Triggs. They tried to blow that play up. They were going to get Anuka on a 3, but
Anuka turnaround off the back of the rim. Triggs tried to grab it, but it's going to be North Central ball. So a couple stops for the Panthers. And they have an opportunity to take the lead.
Yep. Just kind of kept hanging around. Got a couple of transition buckets to make it go.
Poked out of bounds. It'll stay North Central ball. Here's Nina Whitehead, hands it off to Daniels. Skip pass over to Daniels. Thought about the 3, little floater off 1 foot, and a jump ball is going to be called.
Cathedral in that 2-3 zone, coming off strong. Didn't get a good box out on the weak side. Even though there's a held ball, it's going to be North Central ball again.
They get Daniels off the inbound. Right at the top of the key. Rutland's 3 is no good. And finally a jump ball is called.
Oh, they're going to go 3 seconds
3 seconds
before the jump ball.
So possession arrow will stay with Cathedral.
Layla Scott Knox was the one who got the rebound, didn't go right up with it. So she was in the lane for too long. Back to man for the Panthers. Good find.
Trigg. Right in front of the free throw line, knocks down the jumper.
Watco drives the baseline, draws the defense. Trigg just find that open spot.
Speaking of open, there was Daniels in the corner. Whitehead the takeaway. She can't put it in. They recover though. Instead, she'll opt for 3. And a sigh of relief for Cathedral. And a foul's going to be called.
Both teams playing hard. Good job by North Central to keep that alive. They just can't get that shot to go down. Had 2 good looks from behind the arc.
First team foul first team foul for North Central.
Yep.
And a timeout's going to be called. 3:48 left in this game. It's a 3-point lead for Cathedral. That's kind of been the story between probably a 1-point lead, 3-point lead.
Yep.
North Central trailing. What else do the Panthers need to do in these final few minutes?
Well, they did a great job of turning Cathedral over in that little stretch and getting it out and going. But if they don't have a transition basket, I feel like they need to make sure that Rutland gets a touch. I've said that. I think every time she gets the ball inside, she's been pretty efficient at scoring. She's also an excellent passer, so if she does get doubled or she gets bottled up, she's going to kick it out. That's an easier three for them to make. Sometimes they're trying to shoot some threes. Their feet aren't set, but they almost always get it set when it's a kick out.
Rutland coming off a 25-point performance in their last game. She has 10 points so far.
Well, man-to-man press by Panthers just to slow them down. I like this. Don't want them to take their time. Want them to feel a little bit of pressure. You see they're chasing Anuka right now with Haley Howard, not letting her get the basketball.
Anuka drives and fouled.
No, she tried to not let her get the basketball, but when she did, she got fouled.
So Precious Anuka will head to the free throw line.
Anuka, decent free throw shooter, 68% from the stripe.
She had 13 points in their last game. She had 14 in the first half today.
Starting to come into her own, I think. Just really getting comfortable on the offensive end. Knocks down both free throws.
So it's a 5-point lead for the Fighting Irish with 3:20 left to play in this fourth. The foul's going to be called.
Yeah, they're still pressing and trapping, and I like that. But once you get that trap set, you want to reach and bail her out with the foul because they had the trap they wanted. That's one where you trust your teammates to cover up the passing lanes because the only way Daniels is going to get that ball out if she passes it out is hopefully pass it into one of your teammates' hands if they play it right. Yep,
and over back. The pressure pays off for Anuka this time.
Yep. That time she did a nice job of just putting the pressure but not reaching with her hand and forcing the turnover. Ball back to Cathedral right now. North Central's got to ratchet up their defense. They don't need to start fouling just yet, but they need to make sure they make it difficult for Cathedral. Anuka's going backwards.
She's got some good handles, though, able to get it past half court.
You can see the overplay, the pressure that's happening. Cathedral's got to stay composed, not turn it over, but not also start throwing elbows to get people off of you. Good job by just trying to, they're doing a little weave, trying to take some time off, draw the foul. But North Central's got quite a few fouls to give, so they can be aggressive. That's not a bad foul. You got to go for the steal.
Yeah, they have picked up the defensive intensity. That's their third team foul. 2:47 left to play. Triggs gets the inbound.
They still got one to give before the Irish would go to the free throw line. Expect them to start trapping perhaps. Right now the Irish are just happy and content to pass it around, take some time off the clock.
2:20. And a foul's finally called. The whistle is going to go against Scott Knox.
She tried to stop Derringer's path down to the baseline. It's an okay foul because, again, and Scott Knox has got to get in defensive position because they're not at the free throw line yet.
And Lisa Finn's going to call a full timeout. 54-49. Cathedral taking some time off the clock during that possession. Now only 2:12 left to play in this game. It has been a great matchup for the 5th game of the day. We got one right after this as well. Hamilton Southeastern taking on Decatur Central to cap off the Paul Logan Memorial Classic tonight.
Yeah, that Hamilton Southeastern Valpo game yesterday ended in this 50-50 tie. Went down to the wire, and Kayla Stidham hits a 3 at the buzzer to win it. Their team had to kind of rally a little bit because their great point guard, Kennedy Holman, went down with a knee injury in the 3rd quarter. Hopeful that she's okay, but it was a really big test for their team, for others to step up and take care of things. And Stidham was just an absolute beast on the board, 16 rebounds, got to the free throw line, and then hits the big shot at the end. So fun to watch that. We'll see how they fare against Decatur Central, who picked up a win yesterday as well.
But before we get to that, we got to wait and see how this one plays out. 54-49. A lead for Cathedral with 2:12 left to play. They'll inbound under their own basket.
Now North Central's got to be a little bit more careful with the fouls. Going to send them to the free throw line. Cathedral still looking for. Now they get the trap. Good job by Panther defense.
Nearly forcing the turnover. Extra pass.
Yeah, better job by Cathedral to handle it. Didn't have a good look. Good idea to kick it back out. You're in kind of layup mode. If you get a layup, you're going to take it. Anything else?
Little jumper here from Wiggins. Gets the roll.
That's one of those shots where a coach is like, no, oh, good shot, because it goes in.
Holding your breath a little bit as Whitehead charges through the lane. Wall's shot is blocked, but she's fouled. So Raven Walls will head to the free throw line, trailing by 7 now with 1:31 to play.
Yeah, Cathedral was able to take quite a bit of time off the clock. Remember, they had it with about 3 minutes to go and got it all the way down to 1.5 minutes and got a score. So you can't ask for anything better execution-wise down the stretch with a lead.
It was a 3-point game after the 3rd quarter.
Right now, Cathedral's got to expect the press, need Walls to make this, which she does, so North Central can get their press set. They're going to get a timeout, make sure they all know how they want to execute on defense. A long way to go. 6 points in 1:30 is we've seen that happen before, but right now North Central's got to get their press set. I don't think you start fouling just yet, but try to get a steal in the half court. Play solid defense. Hopefully you can turn Cathedral over, but at some point you get down past the minute, you might have to start thinking about fouling. Don't have stats on who to, I take that back. If they are a 68% free throw shooting team, so it would be difficult for a few people. They've got 4 kids over 70%. Derringer shoots 68 or 86%. Some of the ones you might foul, Anuka and Wiggins are the 2 lowest that'll be out on the floor at 68%, but still they're pretty solid. Maddie Watko's 50%. Maybe those are the 3 that you'd look at to foul.
You mentioned Precious Anuka. It's a 20-point game for the senior. Caroline Wiggins behind her with 14. So North Central will press.
They're going to look to trap right there, and didn't get in the passing lane quickly enough. Got the ball to Anuka. She got to get out of the corner.
The double team at the top of the key makes for an easy lane for Wiggins down low and puts it in.
Great decision by Anuka to penetrate that and get it to Wiggins on the weak side.
Down the baseline. Pass to Walls and a double dribble. So a turnover for the Panthers. Gives it right back to Cathedral.
They're going to go a little bit smaller. They take Walls off the floor. They've got Rutland out as well. They're trying to press and make something happen.
Here's Watko. Hands it right back to Wiggins. Triggs down low. Duringer was trailing in on the weak side, but the pass in and out. Under a minute. North Central trails by 8. Scott Knox, the three, she hits. 45 seconds left, timeout North Central.
Layla Scott, big shot. Keeps it within range. Gets the timeout so they can get their defense set. They have 1 timeout left, but 45 seconds. This is one where you want to get a steal. You definitely need to slow them down so that they can't go get easy baskets, but at the same time, if it gets below 30 seconds, you got to foul. You got to do something so you get the opportunity. Hopefully they miss the free throws and you come down and get a 3.
5-point lead for Cathedral with 45 seconds left. North Central calling this timeout. Cathedral trying to keep their win streak alive. They have won 7 straight, including their win yesterday against Avon, 53-43. They have scored well above their season average in both games. 53 points against Avon, they're up to 58. They average 44 a game.
Well, these tournaments are always, holiday tournament time is always a great time to kind of see where your team is and expand a little bit. So Lisa Finn's got to be pleased with her team. Fakara Malone is, I knew I was going to do it. I did it yesterday too. She was Fakara Malone at Purdue when I called the games. Now she's Fakara Watkins. Got to be happy as well. She's starting to see some things.
Lloyd tipped it, so it's not an over and back for Cathedral. But nonetheless, they take it away, but Whitehead couldn't hang on. Great effort from Nina Whitehead, but it's Cathedral ball.
North Central's upset because it went off the official, but he's part of the court. So if you save it in bounds and you were the last to touch it and it goes off him, it's off you.
32 seconds. Side out of bounds for the Fighting Irish.
They're trying to foul, but Cathedral's doing a pretty good job of just not letting them get that foul.
25 seconds left. Maddie Watko will head to the free throw line.
Watko is as I mentioned, 50% free throw shooter, although she has had some success today. She's a good ball handler, so they've got her on the floor. Heady player, makes good decisions, so trusting her to handle the basketball.
Cathedral in the bonus. Watko misses the second. Lloyd grabs the rebound.
Stays on her 50% average.
Harrington passes it out, and hitting the jumper is Haley Howard. And last timeout used by the Panthers. 4-point game with 12 seconds to play.
Well, they've been able to keep it close, but what they haven't been able to do is stop Cathedral. So they've always had an answer, and they've been able to chip into that 7-point lead. They've got it down to 4 now, but now time is premium. You only have 12 seconds left. At this time, now you got to defend hard, try not to let them have the ball again. But if you don't get a steal, you pretty much got to get a foul right away. No matter who has the basketball, you can't be selective. You just got to foul. Hope that they miss the free throws, and you got to get a quick score. Try to do it again, because 4 points, 2-possession game.
Yeah, if you don't immediately get the steal, get the turnover, foul right away.
Best case scenario is get a 5-second call. However, Cathedral has 3 timeouts left, so you know that Coach Finn is instructing her team. If we're running into trouble, she'll probably tell the official as well, we're going to call a timeout to get the ball inbound. So sometimes you save those timeouts and they pay off, because Cathedral might need them here in the last 12 seconds.
Here we go, 12 seconds to play, and a foul's going to be called. So Cathedral will shoot some free throws.
I think she must have been holding. I didn't see it, but they got Derringer on the free throw line, which if you're Cathedral, that's what you want because she's their best free throw shooter at 86%. Now, not a big sample size. That was 6 for 7 coming into this tournament.
And she misses the first off the front of the rim. Stays a 2-possession game as Rutland will check in for North Central.
I like this substitution. I think Mackenzie Rutland needs to be on the floor for offense. She can shoot it from out.
Hits the second. Layla Scott-Knox gets the inbound back to Loy. Nearly turns it over. Rutland from 3. Yes!
Got to pick up. They don't have a timeout left. Cathedral can take their time, and they do.
And that is how it will end. Mackenzie Rutland knocks down the 3 to make it a 2-point game, but just not enough time on the clock, and Cathedral holds out for the win.
Great competitive game by both squads. I expected this one to be one of the most evenly contested one, and it was for the day, back and forth all the way, although Cathedral pretty much did a great job of kind of hanging on. They managed that late clock well.
And Cathedral was led by Precious Anuka, who is our player of the game, presented by LD Smith and Plumbing. The big dog of the game is brought to you by LD Smith Plumbing. LD Smith Plumbing is the big dog of sewers and drains. At LD Smith and Plumbing and Drains, we know a thing or two about getting dirty and keeping things flowing. Hats off to tonight's big dog for leading the charge for his teams to victory. She had 20 points in this game, 14 in the first half, including 3 threes.
She was terrific from behind the arc, took the ball to the basket, but also ran the show, took care of her team. Quite a few assists as well. She's just a bucket right now, playing with a lot of confidence. Her team relying on her tonight.
And they hang on for the win. It is their 8th straight win of the season as they take down North Central 60-58 on their home court. Well, don't go away for too far. Kelsey Casper and Jane Schott with you for the next and final game. It's Decatur Central taking on Hamilton Southeastern to cap off a great few days of Indiana high school hoops. So don't go away. This one coming up just about 20 minutes or so right here on the ISC Sports Network.